Past City Hall and the plaza were most likely waiting like me outside a restaurant. I hoped for Gig Shack because Shagwong smelled perpetually of cheap beer and boiled shellfish. I decided I should join them, save myself the trouble of explaining my disappearance to my mother. I waited though for Marta and her family to sit down. Two of the waiters descended on them at once, one from each end. The round man revealed a cooler full of freshly caught bluefish. Each person pointed to the menu, their choices unspoken, until Marta's turn. She sat facing the window. She held the confidence in her shoulders, the arch of her back, the roundness of her face. I imagined walking up to the table, kissing her with everyone watching. Her lips were thicker than mine. "General Tso's fish," she said. Her accent dripped. She looked at me through the cloudy glass, handed her menu.
I like bats. I know nothing about bats. Why not? Bats are not something that I'm interested in. Why not? I don't think about them. I do. I love bats. They eat bugs. And I like bugs. Yes, I suppose they do, she said, puffing on her cig. Do you think they eat cockroaches? Do they eat the big black flying ones with catfish whiskers and wings? Like the one that got in the house last night and flew in and around the chandelier in the front hall? Remember how you broke one of the chandelier arms with the broom? Mama was so funny, shrieking and flapping her arms like she might fly too, and saying how Mummy would kill us and throw us out on the street. How we'd have nowhere to go because no one in the whole wide entire universe wants two old ladies and a fatherless child. Huh, Mama? Do you? Don't you think a bat would eat those bugs? Mama got up so fast she stirred the air. It almost blew me off the step. I have no earthly idea, she said, stamping out her cigarette.
Serven is ideal for keeping everyone in the conversation, as pairs aren't likely to split off that way. It works more or less because they know each other already, so I'm left answering all the questions. But it's alright, disposable cameras have been left out, so we can document our part in the festivities, even though there's a guy walking around with a digital SLR being paid handsomely to do the same thing. I do have a life partner, I explained when they asked. Her name is Gwen. She's on the other side of the country right now, doing research for a travel writing gig. Scoping out Napa Valley bookshops and bistros where I can only hope she's enjoying much better food than the schlock we got served here tonight. Only so much sauce can save dried out Coca Van. What was it called? Coco Van? This from a slick back in a dark suit 2 seats to my left. He expects the rest of the table to laugh, and they do. You can tell these kids are just out of college. They have that shininess to them, that sense they've just been elected to a club. The boys keep straightening their ties. The girls all have tan, muscled arms that brace them.
Their boyfriends and husbands, trying to impress them, drive them around on dates. Here's the parking prayer. Hail Mary, full of grace. Please help me find a parking place. That prayer is passed from Catholic girls to Jewish girls to Muslim girls to the Baha'i and back again, and said in silence, while boys and men curse loudly in the driver's seat to stay occupied. City girls need fast strides and the kinds of eyes that see everything with their wide, take-it-all-in, peripheral vision. City girls make no eye contact with passing strangers. Rural girls come to the city and say, I ought to be able to dress any way I want, and those boys shouldn't be shouting obscenities at me no matter what the F. That was the conversation that night after both girls got back to their beige-painted, L-shaped living room they shared.